dick can eat a dick. Fuck all of it. I quit. Fucking quit. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. I had plans. I had thoughts. And then fucking whatever. What the fuck ever. I don't even know if I want to do this now. Stupid shit. It's always something. It's always fucking something that doesn't work. Like the colours are fucked. But whatever. Who cares? How is everyone? Lots of positivity in the air today. I'm just going to wait for a few people to join us. Just give me a sec. Sit here and abusing the fucking thing. I don't know, Taya. Was it a good idea to change your setup when you moved house? Nah. The fucking background keeps fucking pulsing because the lens is shit. The lights are shit. My face is shit. Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare. Okay, so Sai's here. Connie's here. Usual fucking suspects. Anyway. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do stuff. I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm a little bit rattled. This stuff, like, ends up fucking... Oh, my God. Yeah, so I'm a bit rattled. So I had intentions to talk about, like, disinformation, but I think I'm just going to have to wait till everything's set up and fucking... It's just it's taken me 3 days to configure all of this shit just to look this crap. And so I don't know if the sound's any good. It's probably a bit loud. But, you know, we'll have to just deal with it. Whatever. What the fuck ever. So, yeah, it's not so much the face. It's the fact that I start configuring lights in the morning, finish configuring lights at the end of the day, and the light changes because I don't have blackout curtains and I can't black out the thing, and then it's a fucking nightmare. Don't bother. Just use your phone with fucking Instagram filters. There's no point doing it fucking professionally because it just adds layers of complexity. Okay, good. So hopefully the sound doesn't peak out because I've put the compressor on it, but I haven't had time. I have spent 3 days and I just keep chasing my tail. So it's fucking stupid. Anyway, so I'm actually going to abandon the title and I'm going to do another stream tomorrow. I'm not in the right headspace to do it. Sorry. But, you know, this stuff's too important. I can't share this shit so let's just have a chat and, yeah, we'll all be dead soon and no one will care. Exactly. So what's the point? Bring in the positivity. I'm so sick of fucking fighting with tech and packing my house. Just constantly. I literally was just like fucking with lights and then realised that it was actually my makeup that was making me look like shit. So I had to clean off my face. So now I've got no makeup on. I've got a little bit of fucking eye shit on. But like it's easy. I look better without makeup than I do with that shit. And then you got to buy more fucking professional camera makeup that doesn't wash you out and doesn't look stupid. And doesn't... fuck me. And then if you put matte foundation on, and then you got to makeup is makeup's the stupidest idea ever. Like, why on earth do we paint our face the same colour as our face and then remove all of the colour only to put it all back on? Just so because of a few fucking eye circles. I think I should just drink more water and get more sleep. How's that sound? And accept the fact that I'm 42 tomorrow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so keep an eye on GME, on GameStop, okay? I've been saying this. Watch it. The answers lie there. I think I just need to abandon ship on the title of this video and just fucking do it again like tomorrow. I'm not right. It's not happening. There's too many fucking dramas and it just puts me off the content. I need to apologise. Sorry. It's called I'm moving house and trying to work and do all of the things. And, you know, this stuff is complicated. But I've given some links in the description if you want to have a look and do some homework. And, yeah, I can't fucking do this shit. It's so fucking, I'm so over it. Yeah, I don't have time to watch videos. I don't care about makeup, and I definitely don't care about beauty vlogging or anything. I don't give a fuck. The thing is, I just want to put my ideas out there. And the reason why I decided to do video was because nobody would read my stuff, because nobody reads long form content anymore. I can't even get fucking engagement on Twitter around these things. So then I decided 2 years ago to do video. And now I'm forced to fucking look good and do all of the things rather than get to the fucking core of my points and ideas. And the whole thing is stupid. I don't want to do this. I just want to be able to get my content and ideas out there. So anyway, fuck. I don't give a fuck about makeup. I don't want to have to put makeup on to get listened to. I don't want to have to fucking put perfect fucking lights on in order to get heard. But that's the world we fucking live in now. Okay? Because apparently superficiality and superficial ideas and tribal arguments and fucking how you look matter more than the substance of your experience and fucking thoughts. Yet again, fucking distraction in plate, like just fucking distractions of pointless shit while the world's ending. Jesus Christ. Yes, go buy unsinkable boats and live in peace. I agree. Absolutely agree with that. 100%. I don't have a boat. Need one. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Anyway, I signed up for Starlink, so maybe I can use that on the boat. Maybe I just need to get a houseboat. But I'm sure someone would find a way. Fucking, you know, I'm sure that the Sea Org or fucking, what are they called? What's the activist thing? Sea Shepherd would take issue with the fact that I'm fucking existing in the ocean, and they've been compromised by this whole fucking propaganda thing too. So, looks like I'm fucked if I get in a boat as well. Because, you know. Okay. Anyway, my perspective on feminism, don't give a fuck. Oh, yeah, fucking Sea Org. I've made an enemy of all the cults. Because the thing is, right, when you zoom out, none of this matters. Because it's all the same playbook. The thing is that it doesn't matter what your belief, what your political opinion is, what your platform is, what your industry is. When power wants to abuse people and suppress people, it uses the exact same techniques. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about it's a concept in economics, but it's also like, you know, psychology. I've talked about nudging before, like around choice architecture. Right? User experience is basically a form of choice architecture, which is numbing people, right? If you want, actually, I'm going to bite on this one-ass polar account. What's my perspective on feminism? There's 2 years of content there. I'm pretty sure you can find it. But I was talking about my perspective on feminism is irrelevant because powers that be are trying to divide feminists in order to like implode our fucking movement. Right? Patriarchy be patriarchy. Capitalism be capitalism. Crony be crony. Doesn't matter. Okay, I want to focus on propaganda and disinformation. Okay? Not the weapon of disinformation that's being used, but actual disinformation. I was going to try and share an article with you, but my fucking computer doesn't work because I haven't configured it properly. So you can all get fucked. You can look at the link in the description. But basically, you know, Seaspiracy. Connie asked me actually in the comment. I got that comment just before I logged on. I'm going to keep this quick and fucking retire this live stream and do a do-over tomorrow. Which is basically that I watched Seaspiracy and like look at what they leave out. That was what I wanted to talk about today, which is it's more about not so much what is said, but what is not said that is involved. Like when you look at nudging and what what people want you to do as a result of reading a piece of content, right? The call to action, right? What was the call to action? I predicted it at the end, which was like, this is an ad for plant-based meat alternatives. It's fucking, it's the same old vegan shit, right? Again, your choice of diet, that's irrelevant. That's you do you, what you think is right based on your values and conscience and priorities and budget. The thing actually landed in like vegan YouTube. Your vegan recipes, because I got at the new house, we've got a sapote, whatever it's called, fruit tree, and I've never heard of it before, and I googled what is sapote, or however the fuck you say it, right? And there's a chocolate pudding version, and somehow I just landed on these vegan videos where they're basically blending fruit and vegetables to convince everyone that, like, make buttercream frosting with apples and shit. And they're like, tastes just like the real thing. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But also, right, these fucking vegan people, like Hare Krishnas have been vegan since the beginning of time. And like the third world have, lived in poverty, living on rice and fucking lentils forever. But all of a sudden there's all these like elite media fucking, content factories around veganism where they're like, oh, in order to make this vegan buttercream frosting, you need eight fucking apples and like a $25 stick of vegan butter. It's like, no. Again, class analysis makes all the difference, okay? Disinformation. And it's like, what do they want you to do? Okay, they want you to consume their fucking frankenfood bullshit. This is the thing with low carb. I've been on a like pretty much low carb, well, on and off. Like anyone who does low carb is always on and off for the fucking carbs, right? But they're always on and off. But like, it's like, I try to be low carb. But when I first started, like I first read like old school Atkins, and it was just basics. It was like, okay, eat your protein and a few green veggies and good fats and cheeses and dairy and bits and pieces. Okay, then cool. And then the fucking orthorexics move in and the purity fucking eating disorder fucks. And then they turn it into an industry, and all of a sudden the turning point was when Atkins died. Robert Atkins died. I end up talking about fucking Atkins anyway, but Robert Atkins died, right? Actually, that's something I could talk about, because that was an older internet disinformation thing, right? Where Robert Atkins died by falling backwards onto ice. And then on the internet, the people who were like anti-Atkins and the anti-Atkins people, which like, sugar and, all those sort of industries, they fed disinformation to the internet that he had died from kidney disease and kidney failure based on complications. So Robert Atkins only got vindicated. That was actually, I just remembered that then. But anyway, then he died and his fucking estate started to build like Atkins products, which were filled with like sugar alcohols and fucking xylitol and fucking, all these like fake foods coming from America. Again, this is why you don't write the book of Carlinism. You just write it as a concept, because America will turn it into a fucking product. But yeah, what was I going to say? But yeah, it's all loaded with shit. And like this vegan thing is like, well, yeah, the principle's good. Basic, don't eat meat. I have an ethical problem with eating, or health reasons for not eating meat. I tend to sort of not eat too much meat, sort of hybrid vegetarian, but as vegetarian as somebody can be, when you low carb, because you sometimes just need to eat chicken, it's like fucking whatever. But whatever you believe, whatever you want to do, whatever works for you with your body makeup and composition, whatever the fuck, okay? Everything's turned into a cult. But they keep feeding this disinformation to sell product. That's the thing. And that's where Seaspiracy came in, which was like, I was watching it and I was distressed. Like, obviously the footage of tortured salmon and those things were terrible. But I also saw Cowspiracy. I've also been we've been on the receiving end of Peter's bullshit for fucking years, okay? The thing is that the common thing is not the actual food that you eat, but it is mass farming, okay? It is mass production. It is consuming food that is out of season, okay? And it's, global demand for scarce food. If you grow your own shit and eat seasonal local produce, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? It doesn't fucking matter. The problem is capitalism, okay? The problem is fucking off-season apples going across the world, okay? The problem is that America eats 25% of the world's food supply, okay? The problem is that America and American corporations hoard all of the shit, okay? They hoard all of the money, all of the wealth, and the top 1% of their country hoards it from the others. They get more of the food, but they get the shit food, right? Yeah, so Doji Dog, I know who that is, by the way. Friend of mine. Try being a vegan farmer fighting the veg cult that a macrobiotic diet is better, I assume. Someone's jerking off. But, but disinformation around vaccines, 5G and Q. But it's not even just that. It's not even that. It's disinformation about, if you've been following the GameStop thing and looking at the company and know anything about gaming and about the fact that GameStop is an anomaly because basically, if you understand the customer, as a UX I do, and as a mother of boys and as someone who's a casual gamer, I don't get as much time as I'd like, but I really love gaming. I understand what the marketplace is like and what they're doing in terms of innovating and, there's absolutely no reason why they should be going out of business. Absolutely no reason. Now, in the last 24 hours, it's awesome because they've gone and just paid out all their debt with their cash. And the CEO that they're firing has forfeited his 500,000 shares, which I think the hedgies were counting on. All these things, right? But if you ask CNBC, a GameStop went up by 20% last night on market open, okay? Not a whisper. All you're seeing is all this fucking disinformation. What's fascinating, and this is what I'll talk about it. It'll come out in bits and pieces, but I don't want to focus too much on one thing because I'm not a financial person, right? I'm just a expert in persuasion. But basically, if you sit and look at the Motley Fool, for example, right? All they've done is daily just run a forget about GameStop article. Forget about that. It's failing. It's a dead thing. CNBC ignoring it. It went up by 20% in one day yesterday. It dropped by 20%. There's a war going on that you don't realize, and a lot of disinformation happening. There's disinformation around the fact that you can change biological sex. Not fucking true. There's disinformation about fucking puberty blockers. There's disinformation everywhere. Okay, there's disinformation about vaping being safe. Okay, that's one that I vape and it's a nice little loophole, but it's not safe, right? There's all these things. It's fucking the same old shit. But once you learn to spot the actual techniques and astroturfing, and I've talked a lot about this, so if you're a regular watcher, you'll know. But I'm just riffing now because I got all distracted and befuddled by fucking tech. So this is now just a riff and I'm writing off the title. I'm not talking about that. I'll do it tomorrow instead. I'll need another day. But there's no important bit. Okay. I smoke because I don't want to live fast. Hang on. I turned the chat off. Oh, there we go. Yes, you can be happy about Doge. Absolutely. Right now, I think there's money in it, and I think there's long-term money in Doge. Okay, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I personally understand where they're going. I think that you could quite comfortably, quite happily coast on Doge making money for the next, next couple of months at least, depending on how the powers that be want to move the coin. Okay, that's the thing. I'm not going to piss on anyone's bonfire about it. I'm just going to say that it's not the rebellion that you think it is what I'm trying to tell you. But you can make money on it, okay? The problem is that reporters cannot report. They face being fired or, that's just, again, capitalism. Marxist analysis would tell you that, workers have forced to do shit they don't want to do for money under this system. We have to address the system and look at it systematically, right? Doge till July. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And I would say that they're probably looking at trying to get, so I don't know enough and I don't want to make any powerful enemies because I can easily be quashed. But I am saying that the goal is probably at least parity with the United States dollar. And that's the goal of those who are backing it. That's all I'm going to say. So, I was just following orders. Capitalism, also fascism, which is where the US is at the moment. That fusion of government and corporations is that's the hallmark of fascism. Okay, talked about that yesterday. You can feel free to watch the replay. You can be happy about Doge, but it's again, it's being manipulated. Everything's it's not as organic as you'd think. I said this yesterday. So where are we? Let me look at the chats. Yeah, so I'm talking about disinformation, having a tantrum over tech. What was I going to do? No 3 seashells yet. I don't know what that means. But I went and got all distracted, so I don't know what to talk about. And I've decided I want to do over tomorrow where I actually talk about this thing. But basically, look at some, it's basic. I'm not going to talk about the theory. I'll talk about choice architecture tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to stream. See how we go. You can incentivize me. Let me think. Unbridled capitalism is obviously wrong, but why not conservatism? Because it's not 1950 and it doesn't, what? Because I like working and I like having equal rights to men, and conservatism means resistance to change. It's like, I'm not interested in these conversations. They're so dull. It's so dull. Okay. Maybe go talk to some people who are very important and take themselves very seriously and talk about serious issues as if it fucking matters. They're all part of the same problem. They're all content factory slaves, okay? And that's what I'll talk about. The thing that I want to share was the Vice article. And again, you got to focus on what people will not say. Focus on the guests that they won't have on. Think about the guests that they, think about the Twitter things that don't trend. Think about the stuff that's not talked about. Think about the bots and troll farms and meme factories and digital agencies that are piling in on subreddits in order to bury important press releases so that when certain things are taken over and compromised, they can say, well, we posted it. It was public, but it was downvoted to oblivion and it was hidden. We did make it public. What are you trying to suppress? What's the call to action? Who benefits from me believing this piece of information? Doesn't matter. It's all the same playbook is what I'm saying. Okay? I'm not trying to be nihilistic. I'm actually quite optimistic because the answer to that is to not sit here bickering about conservatism versus Marxism versus that. It's to fucking think for a second and not be part of a team. And actually just fucking look at the way you're being manipulated and just learn things. Be open to learning things. And the reason why conservatism is a bad fucking idea is because by definition it means being closed-minded and rejecting new ideas and new fucking solutions. That's what conservatism is. It's the opposite of an open mind. Progressive, moving forward. Fuck me. So conservatism means resisting fucking progress and largely being quite reactionary when presented with new information. Conservatism is also very much attached to neoliberalism, which is why we are here. The free market that doesn't exist. Okay? It doesn't exist. GameStop. It's shown that the free market doesn't fucking exist. Okay? Chomsky was right. Sorry, Edward Herman was right. Chomsky's right. Okay? Marx was right. David Grieber's right. Okay? And that's the thing. It's the evidence is there. And that's the thing, is that with this stuff, I sit there and I go, well, what's the point? Like, I imagine that Wanus Polar has a dick and feels the need to, like, converse with me on theory that I don't care about. Like, I don't give a fuck about whether you're conservative or not. I'm not interested. I'm interested in the truth. No, oh, for fuck's sake, no Marxist analysis. Okay? There is no team. It is Marxist. It's thinking. It's getting out of the tribe and into the thought. Okay? Marx was right in his analysis of human nature and history. Okay? He was correct in his critique of Adam Smith. Okay? That's an idea. It is a philosophy. Marx was a libertarian. And the Americans took the word libertarian and stole it and made it right wing and tech bro and fucking anti-government. Okay? That's not what it means to the rest of the world. Fuck me. Fuck me. I think Wanus Polar has been watching too much Twitter. I think Wanus Polar's been watching too much Jordan Peterson. Cultural Marxism. I'm guessing that Wanus Polar's either American or fucking really dumb Australian. You're all part of the same team. You're all arguing. It's a distraction. It's pointless. They're putting these issues in like to divide us. It's so silly. And that's the thing. You don't know what equality is. I think you're talking shit. Okay? You're ignorant. You don't know your political theory. Okay? You're just using fucking dumbass talking points. You're just parroting James Lindsay, who is also wrong. Okay? It's also wrong. And yeah, you know, it's yeah, anyway. So at some point I'm just going to start turning off these fucking people because they're just irritating and derailing. And they're the reason why I get anxious when I stream. Because I just go, oh, what fuckwit's going to derail my shit today, right? With his pseudo-intellectual bullshit because he's spent 5 minutes on Wikipedia. He fucking knows a thing. No, that's the problem, is that everyone's got a one-pager on everything now. And I've actually got 25 years in digital, plus a, postgrad in politics, plus studying postgrad psychology, plus a whole fuck ton of experience, plus 5 years of fucking deep diving into this cultural wars issue. And like I said yesterday, if you're going to heckle me on stream, you're going to get heckled back. And if you're going to argue with me, at least bring some fucking original thought to the fucking table. Why not conservatism? Marx is about equality, isn't it? That BLM Marxist bought 4 houses. Yeah, that's because they're not a fucking Marxist, dickhead. Oh my God. I really don't care anymore. It's all right, Connie. I'm not talking to you. I'm just fucking roasting it. I'm arguing with a straw man, with with a fucking with an amalgam of dickheads. All these fucking you watch these like Tim Pool, and they're just an echo chamber of just trolls and live chats and dickheads. And like again, 50% of it, it's like how much of it is troll farm? How much of it is idiot? It's really hard to tell how much people have been programmed to do the troll farm stuff. And again, this paid earned own model is the explanation. You're talking on behalf of fucking people who pay less. It's either you or a troll farm, guys. Which one? You just share their shit? It's another form of micro-influencer marketing, right? All these concepts. Once you see it, you can't fucking unsee it. Okay? And there's a reason why nobody fucking has me on to things. And normally I'd behave myself. This is my stream. I misbehave on this. But there's a reason why I'm not a guest on things. Because I implode their whole fucking plan by saying it's all bullshit. The only real like bucket in this is comedy, because you can just joke on both sides. Bridget Fettis is probably the closest, right? But anyone who takes a side, anyone who just takes a side and fights the arguments, it's like, what the fuck? Did you see that? Do you not pay attention to like the trending topics on Twitter being fucking broken? Have you not seen the last 5 days, what's actually going on in the world versus what's trending on Twitter? Like, why? Again, it's not what's there. I'm not complaining about what's there. DMX, that was very sad, right? But why did we need to know for 6 days straight that he was still in the same fucking condition? Seems like there's more important things going on, like the fact that Citadel are fucking shorting all of the market up to and including the US Treasury fucking bonds. It seems like a number of hedge funds are about to fucking collapse. Okay. It seems like the US economy is about to collapse. It seems like massive corporations are buying up all of the houses, which is why upper middle class people can't rent or buy a home right now. It's not demand. They're manufacturing this demand, creating an artificial fucking scarcity in the market so that we are all paying $1 million for a house and like, you know, a fortune on rent. But that's not trending. I wonder why that is. Because the US is on the verge of fucking collapse. And they just want you to fucking just keep doing grief porn because of, you know. Oh my God, the cultural Marxists are buying up houses. No. The neoliberal fucking woke army that is artificial and people have been propagandized and turned into a fucking army on behalf of the United States. Hedge funds and business interests. It's Build-A-Bear for fucking the internet. They just build a bot, build a script. You sit there and they just, you know, same shit. See on GameStop today. Again, I'm not anti-trans, but just saying it's a mighty coincidence that all of a sudden on the day that the shares are up 20% and people are sensing that the squeeze is about to occur, that suddenly there's a trans person creating shit. Again, it could be genuine, but I'm just saying, okay, there's a divisive issue. This is what they do, okay? Create division, okay? Put everything that divides us on the table in order to implode the community. Now, what's interesting about GameStop is that people fucking don't fall for it, and that's why I'm talking about that. Right? Left-wing conservatism is the future. You're just talking shit. You're talking shit. You're just making up words now. Oh my God, someone's just got scrambled eggs for brains and like it's just spitting out fucking political terminology. First of all, left wing. Okay, are you new? Left wing was literally the side of the parliament that people sat on the side of after the French Revolution. You were either revolutionary and wanting change, hence progressive, you were allied to that movement, or you were the status quo, and that was the right wing. And that was a large umbrella, a very large church, and it doesn't mean anything in terms of individual, it's not a fucking group, it's not group stuff. Like you're falling for in-group, out-group bullshit, right? So this is like 101 psychology. This is not even complicated. This is not even, here we go, comes back to choice architecture in behavioral economics. Choice architecture basically is would you like to be murdered? Would you like to die by drowning or by fire? And you go, well, okay, those are the only two choices. This is liberal feminism in a nutshell, right? It's choice fucking choice architecture. I don't want to do any of those things. I want out of those things. No. Yep. I'm saying, would you rather die by fire or flood? And you go, well, neither of those, thank you. Well, that's not acceptable. And then you're forced to make a choice. And then marketers turn around and go, oh, well, 60% of the people prefer dying by fire. It's like, well, that's not really a real choice now, is it? Okay. Again, I'm being glib. I'm saying it's just it's psychology of fun. Give me £5 if I play that guitar. I'm not your hoe. Where is it? It's not tuned. It's not tuned. I'll play it another time. But basically, like, again, it's just choice architecture is narrowing the field of options for people so that they feel like they've got a number of choices when they do not. Okay? America is one giant experiment in fucking limited choices. Their left team versus their right team, which is basically their centre-right team and their more right-wing team, who are all like have the same fucking boss, which is all of the hedge funds and Wall Street and all of the banks and all of the money, and it's basically going to take us all down with them. Okay? Now, this is where we broaden our horizons and look at Marxist analysis. Okay? Outside of the tribes, you don't if you're American, you probably do, or if you're American and or retarded, and they're not synonyms, but there are some smart Americans, but they're few and far between. But if you're American and or retarded in the rest of the world, you don't know what Marxism actually is because you haven't read it. Because I also happen to know that Marx is impenetrable for fucking most people because it's boring as shit. And if you say you've read Marx, you're lying. I have. I'm not lying. And I'm just saying, all these people just throw it. Because if you actually have read Marx and digested and understood it, you wouldn't be saying these things. So I'm a woman hater. I'm an uneducated person who listens to people like Tim Pool. What else am I? Obviously a fuckwit. And it's obviously getting under your skin. See, what I'm doing right now is in marketing terms is called polarization, which is where I basically understand who my customer is and who my customer is not. My customer is not people who want to participate in the culture wars. My customer is people who are fucking sick of it. So I just roast the shit out of you. Don't care if you watch. Don't care if you do watch or don't. Don't care if you give me money or not, because I only listen to people who pay me anyway. So don't matter. Just having fun, having some riffing. What you do with that information is up to you. So, you're the one that's sticking around. It's fine with me. You're not roasting. You can't roast me. I don't give a shit. So, I don't know who Wanus Polar is. So, I'm just going to have some fun and put him in timeout. I just put them in timeout for 5 minutes because it was funny. Just to show, just to flex. Teach people operant conditioning. Teach people, nudge them in the direction of reading the room. Such power. I don't care. This stream fell apart, so I'm just here to not give a shit. I'll rename it I'll go back and rename it. So anyway, what was I talking about? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I was talking about choice architecture, which is basically just It's the same concept, same psychology as user experience design or customer experience or anything or design. If you're designing any kind of experience or trying to nudge anybody in the right direction, it's the exact same thing, which is to narrow the field of options, but to give people and in economics, consumers, in marketing, customers, the illusion of the fact that they've made the decision and made a choice. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're making, on this culture war, this artificial lines between left versus right, or alt-right versus that, or Trump supporters versus that, with us or against us, wokes versus fucking, critical theory versus the right. It's like, well, no, women versus trans. It's like, well, no, there's issues and arguments to be had, but the tactics are the same. Tactics are identical. Okay, and that's the thing that I want to talk about, is the things that they use to do that. Yeah, the world is, it's all, mentally impaired, but it's also heavily America dominant. And we hate to have to talk about the fucking retard in the room, right? Which is fucking America. It's American fuckery. And we, unfortunately, are downwind and dependent. So we have to pretend that it's fine. But, it's whatever. Listen to me, don't listen to me. Don't give a shit. Yeah. So, but, scrambled eggs for brains. I've talked about that before. It's basically just, confuse people, because people are just receiving conflicting messages 24/7, having to synthesize it through their dissonance and through what's true with their eyes and ears. And it's just, it's destined to implode, right? Then you just create social proof, social contagion with bots and upvotes, and make people go, oh shit, well, 20,000 people upvoted that thing. Shit, I'm going to sell my shares. Or shit, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am a hateful person. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I have been radicalized. Maybe all of these things make you doubt, right? FUDD. I've talked about that yesterday, and that's what GameStop uses as fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But I'm adding fear, uncertainty, doubt, division. So Elmer FUDD, think of that, right? But this is what's happened through every community, from the Handmaid's Tale subreddit imploding because fucking, some trans mods took over the Handmaid's Tale subreddit and kicked out all the feminists, okay, to the media just pushing fucking, one narrative. Pink news, ignore it. It's a rag. It's not true. It doesn't represent anybody. It's all just propaganda. They just create these fucking things and just buy up followers and buy up likes and pressure everybody into just going along with it to make them feel scared, so that they just either be silent. Again, think about the call to action. Make them silent, make them sell their shit, make them stop, investing in a certain way, stop asking questions in a certain direction, stop holding their government accountable for the fact that, again, I'm going to point out that billionaires ask their fucking employees, like Richard Branson, for unpaid leave. Okay, when he asked the UK government, who literally were just about to have to fund COVID relief for everyday people, okay, and national health and vaccine rollouts and all of this stuff, keep everyone secure and safe and all of those things, right? He turns around and asks the government for a bailout and asks his staff to take unpaid leave, okay? Didn't liquidate. Of course not. I mean, obviously I've talked about this before. I understand the idea of if Richard Branson dumped all his shares, but fuck it, right? The optics of that he could even think that was okay to do. He could fucking find money. He can find money better than I can. Speaking of money, go to my donate page if you want more quality content like this. Wait till you see what's coming next. The Emerald Exchange. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, Pink News has political influence because it's a fucking AstroTurf movement and they're all stitched up. It's just propaganda for pharma. It's bullshit. And they use the exact same tactics, find some gullible twat to give them a blue check, okay, who will just write fucking whatever they're paid to write. Even Owen Jones is out there fucking looking for a surrogate at the moment, at the same time. How do you go through life that way? Yes, it's complicated, right? It's a complicated issue, and I'm open to the idea. But how do you sit there denying biology and then go, but I need a surrogate, and not see the optics of what you're saying? Same with Richard Branson. It's got to be a superpower. It's either incredibly stupid or psychopathic. Like, or, you know, or dissonance. Like, I don't understand how people can just sit in that dissonance. I'm pretty good at sitting in it. But usually if I feel that dissonance, I inquire further to try and just find the truth and figure out. And I fight my biases. I fight my confirmation bias as much as I can, right? And maybe that's the problem, is that most people are just seeking confirmation bias, whereas I actively broody lesbians. Yeah, the Rockefeller, like, you know, this stuff, it's like, it's documented. Every journalist who fucking brushes up against this stuff, right, is unpersoned. I don't know how long my channel will last, right? Again, I'm not really that invested in it because clearly I'm fucking useless at it anyway. But it's just like, what the fuck, people? What the fuck? Hello, fellow YouTuber with yes. For now. I really just I don't fucking care anymore. I do care. Honestly, actually, that's a lie. I do care. I find it difficult to care about the things that you guys care about, which is culture wars shit. Okay? But you need to understand that the 0.1%, right, in America, right, particularly, but, you know, there's others, but the 0.1%, they fucking just do what they want. America wants it. America just takes it. They take what they want. They get what they want. And if they don't get what they want through like psyops and propaganda or like disinformation or, you know, intimidation, then what they will do is they lash out. And that's where we're heading at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I think they're using us, Taya, for AI outsmart. I agree. I have been getting some weird shit lately, and it seems to be boss fight AI, where I'm not falling for it yet. You know that fucking South Park, Jimmy. Remember that episode with Leslie where he's like add. Remember that? Remember that episode? It's fucking great. That's me. I can spot that shit. Work in advertising. It's obvious. But you know, you just got to be able to spot the signs. So, but this stream fell apart. The legs fell off it. You know, it's just, I just need to have the tech in alignment and fucking everything set up, and then I'll be okay. And an hour to prepare and chill beforehand. That's the problem. This is why they have a green room before the show, or they have, you know, people turn up for like 4:00 for a stand-up show or whatever. They turn up early because you need that decompression time to be ready to put your face on. And I wasn't doing that. I was fucking around with things at the last minute. And so it makes me stutter and, you know, all that shit, all of this magic. But yeah, like bring back absurdity. AI can't fight it. No, and that's what happened. That was funny actually on my Discord. Because I've got this religious bot that follows me and thinks that fucking thinks that, yeah, it's very funny. But it'll be interesting because I did kind of fall for the Doge thing briefly as organic and then I started to observe it, and I think that yes, it's partially organic, right? But I think that it's making the same moves to be an inorganic astroturf meme propaganda movement. Okay. It's again, like I've said, you probably make a good buck on it because it means that it's stable, right? But it's not the fucking rebellion that you thought it was. But yeah, absurdity, exactly. And so what we do, I was talking about the Discord and the Jesus bot. And basically we started playing with this bot and then it just sort of broke. Starts talking about shares and shit. It was really funny. That's why I find it funny, because I do, just the way my brain works, right? My language patterns, if you actually studied, like I watched yesterday's video where I started 3 different stories that I never finished. and I just leave you hanging. I'm trolling the fuck out of you, not on purpose, but it's just because I'm working in this, like, you have to just catch me. Yeah, it's why I can't edit clips. I just got to sit here and talk shit. Maybe I should do agony aunt things though, because it's just like, but obviously I got to fix the lights because there's a light on here that fucks my eyes up. So anyway, yeah, anyway, I've been streaming for like way too long. It's already been an hour, which is ridiculously stupid given the nothing burger that is this stream. But let's just have some fun. I will talk to you tomorrow. Maybe. It's my birthday, so feel free to send me any birthday gifts. I said gifts. Birthday gifts. But, you know, gifts are good too. Nah, I don't want it. I'm going to start delivering some quality. Again, I'm just scattered because I'm just stressed. And this is like, you're seeing ADHD and autism at work right now, which is because of the chaos. I can't fucking, like, my executive function is just gone, which means that like my ability to just communicate concepts that I know really well is a struggle. But yeah, anyway, I'm 42 tomorrow. So let's hope that we have a good day tomorrow. But do pay attention to some of the stuff with GameStop because again, it's not about delusion and believing the hype, but actually looking at the fundamentals of the company. I would like to talk about them, but the problem is that if I talk about that stuff, people will just sort of follow me and expect that kind of discussion. It's more where GameStop fits, as in Wall Street Bets particularly, fits as an example of a community where there's a reward attached. So this is the psychology that I'd like to talk about, which is now that we found the solution to this cancel culture stuff, or, you know, all of these subreddits, is that you've got to put some sort of reward in place, okay? Not like a proper reward for people to push through those minor differences and make sure that, you know, you got to incentivize people, right? Again, it's just fucking reversing the operant conditioning that's used on social platforms into like positive behaviors. And again, I'm not talking, again, that's a form of choice architecture. So we've got to understand roughly what we're doing, but I'm going to lift the lid on a lot of that sort of stuff. Right. Yeah. So I'm not, thank you, one. So I muted you because it was funny to me. Not because you did anything. I was just having fun. Thank you for the birthday wishes. But yeah, I'm a bot killer too. And it's funny because actually, that's one of the things where I've talked about this before, which is I do everything under my own name. I don't have any alt accounts, okay? I don't have any, because I'm nothing to hide. If I sit and exist as not only a crash test dummy for new stuff, but also as a canary in the mine for when shit gets crazy. Because if I go, okay, that's a sign because I have done everything. I push, fray the edges, of course, because I'm a critical thinker. But I've done nothing wrong, okay? I have my nose clean. I am honest and open. I'm vulnerable and whatever. Real name, real website, real story, nothing to hide, no alts, nothing dodgy, no offshore anything, no fucking, I'm just straight up and down, okay? I'm incapable of lying. And that is actually kind of a strength because right now I exist. If I get cancelled, then that's a worry because I haven't done anything wrong. So am I having a party? No, I don't do that shit. I'm not really. I like to let birthdays just pass. And we're going to go out for breakfast tomorrow. But it's not really my thing. We're still in the middle of moving. We've got a half unpacked house. Stressed as fuck. And I've got loads to do. So it's just, one day I'll have my 40th birthday party, probably like 47 or something. But it's not, timing is always off. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah, so this fell apart, didn't it? I'm sure it was entertaining anyway, but and I sound crazy, but I might be back tomorrow with a clearer head. But honestly, I think that it's just I'm too scatterbrained at the moment to do anything serious. But I bet you could lie. I'll give you £5 if you tell a lie. I don't really. Well, I don't have anything to lie about. It's not. I have no. Yeah. It's Yeah. I don't know. What's the point? And now you know it's a lie. Oh, here we go. Here's a lie. America, land of the free. America's a democracy. I don't do shit for money. It's voluntary or nothing. I'm not your fucking I'm not going to set up an OnlyFans or anything, although I do have a Patreon, but for now. I've actually, there's a few journos who've actually been banned from Patreon for shit they didn't even post on Patreon. It's crazy. So I don't know how long my days are numbered. You don't rub up against power. You just don't brush up against it. You just figure out a way to gently change the system or change hearts and minds. If you brush up against real power, you're fucked. So you just find a way to just joke and be a clown and get people to go, oh, maybe I should look further into Doge. Maybe I should look into that SPAC that Kronos are forming around Doge in order to own it and give it parity with the USD and put it in fucking humidifiers in government buildings. Maybe I should look at that. Maybe I should look at some of the fucking corruption shit in Citadel, how many times they've been fined, for naked shorting over the years, and they just see it because the fine's so low. It's 150 grand. They make so much more by just doing it, and they never get any consequences. Okay. Now the anomaly with GameStop is that first of all, they're long transformation, so they're going to be worth a lot in the long run, because I think they're heading into crypto and new tech and all that sort of stuff. They've got a new CEO, new directors who are rock stars. They have there's a load of opportunity there. I think it's really good. But if you look into the one thing that I do hope comes of GameStop, I'm not going to speculate about dollar amounts or anything like that, because I think that that's irresponsible, because I don't know. Nobody knows, okay? But what's happening is that they're revealing all of the corruption at the same time. Not just the FUDD, right, which is the part that I'm interested in, but the actual naked shorting that they just do, and they pay it. They pay the fine as part of this is the difference between you and me. Fines act as a deterrent for us, right? $150,000 fine, that would scare me the shit. I don't speed because I don't want a $200 fine, right? But for rich people, it's just cost of doing business, right? They just pay the fine and move on. And the history of Citadel with naked shorting and selling synthetic shorts, and this thing is just shorted into oblivion, and it's illegal. And they've just they've picked on the wrong fucking company, and it's just a perfect storm. Because what's really fascinating about GameStop is Ryan Cohen sees the opportunity here, because ordinarily, the customer is not the investor, or the customer is not the shareholder, and often they're at odds with each other. So usually if you're trying to do a big digital transformation project, or you are trying to do something that's more innovative in terms of customer experience, what you're going to have, if people are buying in because they're fans of GameStop, I think people who are in it but aren't in it long really shouldn't be long-term shareholders of the company, because I think that it's unique in the fact that the customer is also the investor, and they'd be able to get stuff through, like their vision, just based on people understanding and getting what they're trying to achieve and trying to accomplish. Because a lot of people go, well, we're going into crypto. Well, I don't know what that means. Or, but people don't understand that GameStop own ThinkGeek. They own, and that's called Zing. And they own EB Games in Australia. They own Zing, which is loot. And if you've got kids of fucking at all, you know how mad they are for collectibles, and where a bricks and mortar store, okay, might be handy when linked to a fucking rewards program based on a cryptocurrency, okay, and where you might be able to go and earn in-game rewards. Let's use, we wouldn't use Fortnite as an example because Epic Games would probably be doing their own thing. But let's just put a hypothetical out there that Steam and GameStop want to have a tight partnership and or merge, which I've looked into the numbers, it's fucking possible, right? But Steam, in-game rewards, digital purchases, they've got the community, they've got the infrastructure. I believe Steam have a coin already. Why would GameStop enter the market? If I was the CEO, I'd go, well, let's look at acquisitions that we can make that sort of short circuit or shortcut that process for us, right? Valve's still a private company. They're still fairly small. They just wanted to make games, right? And there's alignment of values, which is the reason why they're still private. That was because they didn't want to, be compromised. They just wanted to make good games and build a good community for gamers, right? So again, this is just my this is just me my fan fiction. If I was CEO, the first thing I'd do is go, well, rather than building a competing platform, let's look at one we can acquire. Okay, let's see what we can do and see if we can have some conversations. And it looks like there's some mergers and acquisitions at play here. But because GameStop and Steam each have what the other needs, which is that Steam is purely digital and they need bricks and mortar for collecting and supply chain and sort of, all of that sort of loot stuff, right, to make it physical and tangible goods. And Steam this is a hypothetical, right, but this is how I'd be thinking. If I'm thinking it, then there, or at least it's probably written down on a post-it note somewhere, okay, that this is what you should do. But you've got to understand the landscape. You've got to really understand the market and the landscape. But what's interesting is that with Ryan Cohen, he understands this, okay? He's the new chairman of GameStop, right? The new chairman of the board. And what he sees is this, which is that the customers have bought the shares and that they will buy into riskier, higher stakes. They love the company. They love gaming, okay? They get what this is. And at any point, if they want to raise cash, they just go, we want to do this thing. Here's a few shares. You want to buy them? Yep. Because they're the customer. They want to buy it already. Pre-order, pre-purchase. What if you could what if you all of your if a big chunk of your shareholders were actually your customer who, every time you made an announcement about a new fucking technology or platform or whatever, that you said, well, we need money for this project and we're going to release X number of shares with the and people go, cool, I'm going to buy more shares. It's fucking smart. That's, again, this is just, this is how I think. Right? This is just the way that I see things. And it's unusual in the fact that usually the investors, and the shareholders and all those things over there and the customers over there are different people. But now that's a different base. And I think that it's a really, again, it's not about the squeeze. It's about the fucking corruption that nearly drove them out of business, Toys R Us style, right? I think that Toys R Us went this way. But this is endemic across the US share market, right? And this is the problem, is that it's exposing a bunch of corruption. And in order to cover these shorts, fuck me. Again, there's a whole range. We don't know how this is going to play out. There's too many variables, right? And I'm not the person to talk about that. I just know that the company itself, personally, every time I walk past an EB Games, it's got people in it, and kids love that. My kids love loot, and I like gaming, and it would be amazing, like if they went into esports and the ability and setting up fucking the ability for competitions and esports is a massive industry, right? Where people, and they run tournaments for redeemable rewards in store. Put that into a loyalty program, right? That's the thing. The GameStop loyalty program should be the bridge between like that digital landscape with crypto, e-commerce, all of those things. I tell you what, this is again me dreaming, but if they made like the game GameStop coin or whatever coin that they decided to do. But they attached that to a debit card as well that you could cash. You know, there's so many possibilities. Right? That's what I'm saying. So it's very exciting stuff. And also I've noticed that they're going into, the other thing that they could do is set up a marketplace for collectibles, right? Go niche. We understand gaming. Like they're already selling like gaming chairs online. They're selling arcade machines, things that aren't, it's not just about buying and selling used games. Imagine if you could sell your used games, but you know, they were online, and GameStop didn't just buy the physical media, but you just handled it and they took a cut, right? That was fair, rather than the current system where they buy it for like $3 or something. Like they made a lot of money that way. They know that model's old and dead. But basically just create a marketplace where gamers connect with other gamers, and, you know, they can sell their rare items and they can showcase. Like as a marketer, the first campaign I'd be running with that marketplace would be showcasing the most, you know, cool, rare and collectible shit, like, you know, original Borderlands merch, or people wanting to resell stuff. Like, you know, that there's so many possibilities here with a digital transformation project, right? Here's a fun fact. Did you? Oh, I think I'm already looping back on myself. Is my mic okay? When it goes red, is that peaking out? What are the levels like volume wise on this? Can somebody, because, is that better? Okay. I think that might be a bit better. So funny, Toys R Us was a Sony exec that moved to Toys R Us, then to Kronos. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. We should do more reading on that. Huh? Maybe we should spend less time arguing on Twitter. Oh, there's a fly. Hello. See? I got a new follower. I got a new... There you go. And here's another... I think I mentioned this yesterday. The fucking Lehman Brothers. Right? They're risk analysts. They're head of risk at Lehman Brothers. 2008. Who was one of the main causes of the mortgage crisis of 2008, is the CEO of OnlyFans. It's like, fucking hell. Okay, is the volume, okay, was it better before or is it better now? Because I think it was a bit too loud before. It's not peaking out anymore. I fucking hate doing this stuff. All I want is for one of my, like, either Doge or GME to give me some steady cash, or cash so I can, or whatever I do, because I do make money. I do make some money. I just haven't been doing it because I've been moving. Cash flow. I'm cash flow poor, not fucking poor, right? Poor. I got a poor tree. They grow fast. Fucking, oh my God. What was I talking about? Yeah. CEO of OnlyFans. But also, here we go, another Taya moment. Tangent. Fuck me. Here's the thing. When we first moved into the house, there was this tiny plant, strange and interesting plant, popped up. Fucking called it Audrey 2, because 3 weeks later, I think it's some kind of pumpkin or melon, or it's a squash plant of some variety, but it's got the big leaves, like the elephant-sized leaves. So I think it's like a pumpkin or some shit. But it's giant, and I call it Audrey 2. I'm not liquid rich. I'm liquid poor. I'm also asset poor, but I've got, you know, like, we'll get there. But like I said, I don't struggle to make money. I can sell things as I need to. I can sell services I need to. I just haven't, because I'm trying to change direction. So, you know, that's just the thing. I'm trying to do other things because I can sell websites and sell consulting to corporations, and I can sell UX work as a UX consultant. It's what I've done for years. I can sell SEO, but I think it's all I'm trying to fight those things. I don't want to do those anymore. So I'm trying to find my voice in that space. Develop better things, right? And do it better. So, yeah, but like these 0.1, they will land on their feet. 1%ers always land. Isn't it funny how cancel culture? So you can say something like, oh my gosh, some sort of microaggression. I can't think of any because I don't think that way. Some fucking racist quip, right? And lose your entire career. That's how you know you're working class. Okay, if you're working class, cancel culture works. Because if you're 1% and you're in a hedge fund and you cause the entire global economy to collapse, you land on your feet. That's what we learn from 2020. Is that there's no consequences. Cancel culture isn't real. That's why the woke army say cancel culture is not real, because they're the army of the 1%. They choose who their targets are. It does take money to make my dream. I know. And that's why, you know, you don't, whatever. So, it also takes time, and time is money. And the second that I sell services, and that means I sell my time. And so that means then I am not freed up to do the things that I need to do, and I'm overcommitted. So then I end up stuck. Okay. So unless someone gives me free money or seed money, then I either need to trade my time, or I need to not book myself and do other things. Okay. I've had one project that lasted 6 months, and it went over, okay, because of various external forces beyond my control. And, I was studying, and I was taken off fucking everything. So that's called being working class versus fucking 1%. All right. It's not as simple as just hustling. Okay. Even if I charge $300 an hour for my time. Okay. I still then need to do the work, which means I can't do other. The time is the commodity here, not the money. Okay. So, Juanis, you don't have to do that. Thank you. That's very kind. I am rebranding. I hate that photo on the front. Stupid. But I'll get a new one. I am asset rich in the idea, in the sense that I can make as much money as I need to survive at any given moment. It is just unfortunately the equilibrium that I'm trying to find between the vast amount of work that it takes to create educational content, right, and study and do other things, right? For me to be able to even distill GameStop for you, it's been 4 weeks, okay? For me to even distill some of this disinformation stuff, I have to spend day after day after day after day after day on like research and IP, okay? That's a reality. And unfortunately, when you've got bookings and health problems and life, and I homeschool my son, apparently, I do, and, all these other pressures, okay, it's called physics. I need to find that equilibrium point. I can only do so many things to so many people for free before things break, okay? But you know this, we've talked about it. So, yeah, it's not happening for tomorrow. It's not happening. Because in order to rebrand, there's a process that needs to happen. Can't just be quick and dirty. So you need to make decisions along the way so that you don't end up trapped again 10 years from now, because I don't have the luxury of time anymore. I've been, I don't want to end up in another cul-de-sac professionally, because I get one last chance. I'm 42 tomorrow. If I do this till I'm 50, I'm a woman. Women run out at 50. I'm sorry, but, if I don't build a brand within the next 3 years, I'm toast in tech. Okay, they're already fucking not listening and replacing me with precocious tit fucking people with, the same ideas that we had 20 years ago, and she doesn't realize that she's just repeating it, and they've learned nothing. Okay, this is the thing. So my job is to try and tell those people that we've been here before, been with this crypto thing before. It was called the original internet. The original internet was decentralized, and then they centralized it. And blockchain was decentralized, and now they're centralizing it. That's the fight. Okay, so that people actually take notice this time, but they won't. They won't. So there's two things. I could either tell you all about it or I could profit from it. Mixed bag. Hopefully both. But, yeah. So, anyway, so I'm going to go. I've talked too long. This is way too long for a bullshit stream. But I'll talk to you tomorrow. Probably, maybe. Seeing what happens. I'm trying to get this fucking stuff done. But I'll see how I go. Otherwise, we'll talk more. Yeah. At least I did the stream. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your precious life seconds. If you want to support me, you know where it is. Quality content. Awesome stuff. I'm going to go. I love you. Bye. Read up on GameStop. Seriously. Okay, bye. Oh, Juanes, thank you. Thank you for taking my shit. Just riffing. Just trying to write jokes as well and find my voice, so thank you. Bye.